Café and Networking, the podcast to connect and promote entrepreneurs and business experts. I'm Tom Reaoch, an American known as the King of Networking, connecting people and speaking from my studio in Campinas, São Paulo, Brazil. Today we're going to talk with Helen Müller, and she's joining us from Portugal. Helen Müller, her total focus is helping top entrepreneurs and leaders fulfill their greatest potential. Helen is also author of 2 books, You, Me, and Happiness, and 4 Keys to Happiness. She's a DNA upgrade specialist offering training to remove all mental blocks in 15 minutes. Helen, it's taken me years to build my mental blocks. How can you help me remove those in 15 minutes?
Good morning, Tom and listeners. Thanks for having me. I use a technique called DNA upgrade, which builds on the science of epigenetics, whereby I use energy signals to change the environment around the genes, which then affect the change, bringing about fulfillment and super efficiency and whatever results you are looking for, and the block, like removing the mental blocks.
So that you plug in my brain?
No, I send these electrical signals to the genes. It's a communication technique, and I work straight from consciousness, from your higher consciousness to the genes. And it builds on the science of epigenetics, and epigenetics is above, it means above the genes. And shall I explain a little bit more about, just the mental block and how it works through the central nervous system?
And I see you do this virtually. I've seen that you can do this by a telephone call.
Yes, I do this remotely.
So you have people find you. And what's the best way to find you, Helen?
They can go to youmeandhappiness.com and get all my information there.
And they'll be able to check in. I see also there you say, discover the little-known natural biohack top entrepreneurs and leaders use to remove mental blocks. And that's it. That's what you offer us.
Yes, the DNA upgrade is a natural biohack, and then that is what is removing the mental block.
And in your book, what you offer in your book?
It's 365 days of raising your vibration into a positive vibration, and I also share the secrets to fulfillment and happiness that I've acquired over 10 years.
Well, I've seen you seem to be a very happy person. From the pictures that you show, you're always smiling. But happiness comes in little pieces, doesn't it?
I'll give you my definition of happiness. My definition of happiness is knowing who and what you are and living from that knowing. It's our natural state.
So we define ourselves what happiness is.
It's a feeling, in my opinion.
No, I agree, but we tend to let others try to define it for us, don't we?
Yes. Yeah, you need to know it. That's why there's a difference between knowing and believing. That's a very important thing for me.
Now, I've seen, reading a little bit about your bio, you've been to dozens of countries in your life. Were you able to be happy wherever you were?
It was a process, before I found my fulfillment at age 26, and I kind of accumulated information. So that gave me the clarity. So every place gave me a little bit more information to then bring me to the point of knowing who and what I was or am.
So you are happy. You seem to be very happy for what you've done with your life.
Yes, I'm very satisfied because I didn't want to look back one day and have any regret. Because the thing that I saw, I kind of reverse engineered my life. And I thought, what do most people want at the end of their life? They want their peace, they want their happiness, and it's not about all these other things. So I was like, if I find that answer first, then the most important thing will be finished, and I can just focus on being efficient at evolution. And that's why I work with these natural biohacks now. And I also have specific interest in increasing human intelligence to aid in the evolution of artificial intelligence.
And that seems to be the future is now the present, right?
Yes.
As you say, happiness is a feeling, but from what I hear you saying, it's also a learning process.
Yes, everybody goes on their journey. There is no right and wrong. I think as long as you make it a priority to find your fulfillment. There's different ways to do it, but I strongly encourage people to make it a priority, because at the end of the day, it's only the quality of our consciousness that we can take with us when we leave this life.
And when we're talking about entrepreneurs, which also seems to be your specialty, that seems to be from people that I know who have started as an entrepreneur. That's their step to what they perceive as being their happiness as well.
Yes, that's true.
Of wanting to take their idea forward or making a new company or starting new ideas. So that's part of the process.
Yes, you have to have that foundation of fulfillment to then, know what you want to do, and then also not be so distracted, so that you can just focus on what you want to accomplish and the impact that an entrepreneur wants to have in this world. That's why I focus on leaders and top entrepreneurs, so they can really take their vision with their basis of fulfillment.
And also happiness comes from sharing that vision.
Yes, that's true.
And when we talk about followers or people following whatever that vision is, that adds to our happiness.
Yes. Yeah, and you need to bring that message across. So that's very important if you come from a place of confidence. And if you can also, as you say, be happy in the process, because what's the point?
Very good. Well, Helen, I want to thank you again for sharing your time with us and your happiness. So then again, it's youmeandhappiness.com to find the hack, right? The natural biohack that you offer, right? And then you can also find the 2 books, You, Me, and Happiness, and the 4 Keys to Happiness. And you as a DNA upgrade specialist, right?
Yes. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
No, thank you. And for our listeners, you can find more about Helen Müller on LinkedIn, and that's Helen, and the last name is Muller. And again, it's youmeandhappiness.com. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil, and more information on their website, which is www.focusmi.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.